Hello world, my name is Fritz Charleston, and today we're going to be doing a 5 or 6 month, we'll call it the 6 month, even though I'm not sure it's been exactly that long. We're going to be doing a 6 month little catch-up review of the full-size Midori Traveler's Notebook. The first thing I'll show you right now is you can kind of do a comparison of the two of these between one that is brand new, this is a day old, obviously it's smaller, it's passport size, and the full-size one. You'll notice that the, because I handle this thing all the time, so it's got kind of a sheen to it from me kind of feeling on it, so it's kind of rubs smooth, I guess you could say. It's got a few nicks and scratches. Now I've seen some of these that people have just beaten to oblivion. Regardless of how you treat your Midori Traveler's Notebook, it does look better with time. This looks nice, but I'm kind of looking forward to really handling it and getting my grubby hands all over it and kind of giving it a life of its own. So the first thing I want to touch on, I should say, is how have I been using the Midori Traveler's Notebook? Well, I've been using it almost exclusively as a journal. For the first 2 hours of work every morning, I don't really have a whole lot to do, so I take that time to kind of write some things down. You know, what did I have for dinner last night? What do I think about the state of the nation? Which these are both things that I actually have never written about, but you could if you so desired. But anyways, I've been using this almost exclusively as a journal, and I think for that it's absolutely great. I did try to use it for being a planner for a short time, and I found that I didn't personally really like it as that sort of item, and that's why I ended up getting the passport size. But you'll see that in another video where I touch on it briefly. The elastic has held up just fine. It has faded over time. You can see how vibrant and orange the new one is compared to the old one, which has faded considerably, but it doesn't bother me. I mean, I didn't expect it to look great forever. My wooden bead, which I mentioned in the last video about this, is still intact. It hasn't broken, which I'm really surprised about. And overall, this thing feels really good. I'm actually just as happy that I bought this, if not more so than the day that I actually bought this. A lot of people have complained about the tin clasp being a little bit bulky. I haven't run into a problem with it. Because when you take this and you lay it down flat, it's sort of kind of folds itself over and you get a pretty sturdy writing surface anyways. There's really not a whole lot I can add to what I might have said about the Midori Traveler's Notebook in the first video or the video about this, except for that I absolutely am just thrilled to be able to own this thing. The paper is absolutely fine. Some people will like it, some people will not. I use Sakura jelly rolls in a multitude of colors because that's what I like. You might be the kind of person to use really wet ink, ballpoint pens or fountain pens or whatever it is that you're into. The paper is fine. It may not be the best paper on the market, but I've got no complaints with it. It doesn't bleed with these, it doesn't feather, and the show through is minimal. I started off with the blank insert, which is what it comes with, and it is okay, but not if you're writing. I did write with it because it's what I had and I wanted to use it for writing. But I then moved on to the lined inserts, which I absolutely think these things are awesome. I really love them. I seem to actually write a little bit smaller in them, so it gives me a bit more room to express myself, as it were. As to how you end up using this is gonna dictate how you feel about it. I bought this to be a journal. I've used it as a journal, and I've been extremely happy with it as a journal. I absolutely love it. I thought it made, again, this is my opinion, but I thought it made a miserable planner. I did not enjoy the size of it, because to me a planner is something that you should be able to just whip out at a moment's notice and go, oh yes, on Friday I need to have bacon with bread. Whereas this doesn't really lend itself very well to that. This is certainly portable, but it's not near as portable as something as this, where you can just pop this in a pocket. Now, if you are fortunate enough to be the kind of person who is either a lady that carries a purse, or a man that is comfortable enough to carry a purse, that won't be a problem for this. You can have this on hand. But it's certainly not something you'd be able to just toss in a pocket. But again, I set out to use this as a journal, and as a journal, it is phenomenal. I absolutely love it, and I have no complaints. Would I recommend this to a friend? I absolutely would, and in fact, if you'll bear with me as I run out of the room. In fact, I thought it was so nice that after having handled it for only a short amount of time, I actually got another one for my sister. I didn't get me another one, I don't need two for anything. And for those of you curious, this is what the packaging looks like, directly brand new, still has all of this stuff on it. So I got one for my sister, and she will be receiving this quite shortly in the mail. I am sure that she'll be thrilled about that. This paper on here, this is actually just packaging from where I bought it from, which is, I don't know if you can see that, but baum-kuchen, oh Lord, baum-kuchen, I can't say that, baum-kuchen.net, and even though I think I just said it right, probably still have it wrong. I bought and paid for this all myself. I'm not giving this rave reviews because it was given to me or anything like that. It wasn't. I actually just happen to really enjoy that, and the service from them has been phenomenal. So if you're looking for a place to get some of these items, that is a suggestion, although it's just my opinion. Anyways, long story short, absolutely love this. I imagine that you would love it too. It isn't for everybody, but if you like the way that leather smells, especially the leather that has been packaged in rose smelling paper, you will absolutely love this. I love that. I don't love them. I'm not going to marry them. But that's because they won't return my calls. Anyways, Midori Traveler's Notebook, Midori Traveler's Notebook, passport size. They are awesome. I suggest you get them. My name is Fritz Charleston, and I will see you the next time that I see you. And that is my cat, Morris.